They are actually hand embellished with customized sequins. Those sequins has got this bent edge. In fact, they're just a plastic. It's very lightweight, and they have been boiled in hot water, and they nearly got melted. In fact, some of them are actually nearly gone. But I quite like the way that's actually the fact they're custom made, and then the colors are all slightly different. It gives actually certain character to this textile.
My fascination with Akira came from a really undeveloped interest in fashion. I didn't have a huge interest in fashion, but I saw some of Akira's garments and I felt that they were more emotionally imbued with meaning than a lot of fashion objects are. And it was a beautiful relationship. It started with a work called Salome. And that was a huge learning curve for both of us, because I had to learn to trust, because choreographers are often control freaks about, where you're going to cover up my choreography? What do you think you're doing, So I had to find that moment of, or someone that I felt I could trust.
That's supposed to be on the side for the leg?
Yep.
And then that's supposed to be a top, and that's supposed to be a top.
Okay.
I come from designing fabric, really. That's what I enjoy most. Giving a concept, but then next step is usually working on textile, adding colors, textures, embellishments such as adding sequins or beads, so that actually looks is very modern and new. That process itself is inspiring, and I get energized. That energy gives me actually to produce even more, furthermore, and that's what usually happens. So. Yeah, it's not, it's not nothing special about thread, because there will be a lot of frayed edge organza.
Yeah.
This Romeo and Juliet production appeared to be very, very big. There will be actually more than 150 garments to be made for one production, so we have a lot to do. There are no actually shortcut by any means.
And we quickly just wired this onto a headdress, because I thought then, at the moment it sits there.
Like just above a forehead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to make one for every dancer we can, or if only a couple of them.
To Juliet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depending on.
I don't know. It's 2 or 3 Juliets actually.
There's 7 or 8, I think.
7 Juliets or 8 Juliets.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there's loads of them.
Really? Does it mean actually this dress needs to be duplicated 7 by 7?
No,
wow.
Maybe not by 7.
Worst enemy is actually the time factor. The Australian Ballets in Melbourne, it's not like, between Paris and Sydney. It's only Sydney and Melbourne, but still, we are dealing with each other in different cities,
Akira had to find out the difference between creating for somebody who would walk on a catwalk or into a salon, or actually get down and dirty, roll on the floor and get thrown around. And he found the way to accommodate the violence that is dance, because it is the most violent art form. and fabric is the one thing that gets shredded when you're dealing with beautiful silks and beautiful fabrics. But he found solutions. One of the common links between the way we work is fluidity. His fabric and the way he creates with fabric doesn't have a rigidity. It always seems to have the possibility to do something more than just look good. In movement, it works fantastically.
I do get inspired by movement of textile, especially when I drape fabric onto mannequin, and then I see a direction of movement. And then often I make pattern based on draping fabric rather than actually working on a flat surface. So I guess it is my nature to feel the movement. Yeah, I guess I'm choreographing a textile rather than body itself, I'm training fabric, I guess.